You've been staring at the apply button for weeks. The message is written. You never press send. You keep calling it patience. It isn't. There's an old Celtic-inspired story about a river with no bridge, and it explains exactly why you can't see your next step. By the end of this, you'll understand why. Centuries ago, in a land where the sea met the stone and the fog never fully lifted, there lived a young woman named Bríd. She was a healer's apprentice, the kind of person who knew the name of every herb on the cliffside, who could read the weather by the way the birds flew, who had spent her whole life preparing for a journey she could not yet see. Her teacher, an old woman the village called the keeper, had spent 30 years crossing the land to learn what she knew, and before she died, she gave Bríd one instruction: go east, cross the river Anam. What you need is on the other side. Every hour mattered. The herb she sought bloomed only once each year. Bríd had heard of the river Anam. Everyone had. It was wide and fast and cold, and there was no bridge. She walked for 3 days until she reached the riverbank. She looked left. She looked right. She looked down at the water, rushing over gray stones. There was no bridge, so she sat down. She told herself she was being patient, waiting for the right moment, waiting until the conditions were better, waiting until she felt ready. Days passed. Travelers passed her on the road. She asked each of them, is there a bridge further up, further down, a safe place to cross? None of them knew, or none of them would say. There was something the villagers never told travelers about the river Anam, something Bríd would not understand for another week. What she did not see was that the waiting was costing her something. The herbs were still out there, blooming without her. Every day she waited was a day they came closer to gone. Her hands, which had been steady and sure when she mixed medicines, began to tremble when she held them over the water. She told herself she was being careful. Remember the apply button? The message that's still sitting there, unsent? You told yourself that was patience. It was fear, wearing patience's clothes. On the 5th day, an old shepherd passed Bríd on the road. His cloak was soaked with rain. His sheep kept walking while he stood perfectly still. She asked him her usual question. He stopped. He looked at her for a long moment. Then he said only, the river knows who you are. And he walked on. Bríd did not sleep that night. She lay on the cold bank and stared at the water, trying to understand what that meant. By dawn, she had not solved it. But something had shifted. On the 7th morning, before the mist had lifted, she stood. She walked to the very edge of the bank, and she stepped forward, 1 foot off the bank. She expected cold water. Instead, her foot landed on stone, smooth, ancient, hidden just beneath the current. She took another step, another stone, and another. The bridge had always been there. She simply could not see it from the shore. She found the herbs. She made the medicine. She returned home. And for the rest of her life, when someone came to her afraid to begin, a journey, a decision, a change they couldn't yet see the shape of, she told them about the river Anam. The bridge is there, she would say, but it will only show itself when you move. These old Celtic tales understood something about courage that we've spent centuries trying to unlearn. We've been told the path comes first, that we should see where we're going before we take the first step. But the old stories say the opposite. Clarity is not a prerequisite for action. It is the reward for action. So friends, where are you standing on the bank right now? You know the button. You know the message. You've already decided. You're just waiting to feel ready. You've been calling it patience. But you already know the truth. You are waiting to see the bridge before you step. And the bridge does not work that way. The bridge has always been there. It only appears when you step forward. Maybe this video wasn't meant to inspire you. Maybe it was meant to be your first step. If this story found you when you needed it, stay close. The old legends have a way of arriving exactly when they're meant to, and there are many more still waiting to be told.